Good afternoon, and thank you for the opportunity to present today. My name is Maria Nagel. I am a healthcare professional currently pursuing both my MBA and Doctor of Nursing Practice degrees, and I served as the project manager for this initiative. After being awarded the contract to develop a plan for establishing the medical clinic, my responsibility was to translate your strategic objectives into a structured, executable, and financially responsible project plan. My focus was ensuring the plan remained realistic, aligned with the 6-month timeline, and deliverable within the approved budget. This project plan was developed using a structured project management framework. I began by defining scope through the statement of work, then translated objectives into detailed tasks using a work breakdown structure. From there, I built a schedule, aligned resources and budget, assessed risk, and established a clear communication plan. I'll now walk through each component. I began with the statement of work because it defined the project's objectives, timeline, budget limits, major milestones, and stakeholder roles. It also clearly outlined what was out of scope, including construction, hiring, and direct patient care. That was important because it helped prevent scope creep and kept the planning effort focused strictly on what we were responsible for delivering. The statement of work served as the foundation for every decision that followed. Next, I broke the major activities into smaller, more detailed tasks using a work breakdown structure. For example, instead of simply stating developing staffing plan, I identified specific actions like defining provider to patient ratios, outlining workflows, and reviewing credentialing requirements. This helped ensure that each major goal was supported by clear, manageable tasks that could be scheduled and assigned. After defining the tasks, I built the schedule in Microsoft Project using logical dependencies. I identified which tasks had to be completed before others could begin and which could happen at the same time. For example, facility planning, staffing development, and IT compliance work were structured to run in parallel when possible. Rather than forcing an end date, I allowed the timeline to develop based on the task relationships. This made the schedule more realistic and defensible. Once the schedule was finalized, I aligned each task with defined effort and cost estimates. The project was structured around 600 staff days and an approved external budget of $150,000. Each work package included a defined duration, assigned staff effort, and associated non-labor costs. This ensured the plan remained financially disciplined, fully aligned within the approved budget, and executable within the allocated resource constraints. I also completed a risk analysis tied directly to the work breakdown structure. Major risks included vendor delays, regulatory approval delays, underestimated financial projections, and potentially scope expansion. Each risk was assigned a probability, impact level, responsible owner, and mitigation strategy. This helped move the project from reactive problem solving to proactive risk planning. To ensure alignment and transparency through execution, I established clear communication protocols and defined stakeholder information needs. Stakeholders had clearly defined information needs and communication frequencies. For example, operational and IT leads received weekly updates, clinicians provided milestone feedback, and regulatory agencies received formal submissions at required checkpoints. This structure helped maintain accountability and alignment through the project. The most challenging part of this project was balancing regulatory requirements within the fixed 6-month performance window. When I initially developed the schedule, I realized that combined task effort, particularly related to IT compliance, HIPAA review, and regulatory approvals, appeared to exceed the available working days between January and June. This required me to reassess how the schedule was structured. Rather than focusing solely on task duration total, I shifted my attention to dependency sequencing and regulatory checkpoints. By identifying which activities were truly sequential, such as compliance review before final submission, and which could occur in parallel, like staffing development and facility planning, I was able to restructure the timeline without compromising compliance integrity. This experience reinforced the importance of early regulatory engagement, disciplined scope control, and a clear understanding of the critical path. It also strengthened my ability to think strategically about how compliance, operations, and scheduling must align in healthcare project planning. Addressing these dependencies ensured the clinic development plan remained compliant while still meeting the timeline you established for project delivery. In summary, this plan provides you with a structured, financially sound, and compliant roadmap for launching a patient-centered outpatient clinic on time and within budget. The disciplined project management approach ensures controlled execution, proactive risk oversight, and strong stakeholder alignment. Thank you for taking the time to listen to this presentation.